Hello, welcome to our channel Lifelong English Learning Academy. In this video, there are over 100 advanced C1 level verbs. The vocabulary level is based on common European framework. You will hear the pronunciation of the words, definitions, and example sentences. Hopefully this video will help your English learning journey. Let's start. Compensate. To provide something, typically money, as reimbursement for loss, injury, or service. The company decided to compensate employees for working overtime by providing additional pay. Deposit. To place or entrust for safekeeping, to make a financial payment, especially into a bank account. She went to the bank to deposit her paycheck. Appeal. To make a serious or earnest request for something, often involving a plea or call for help. She decided to appeal the court's decision in hopes of obtaining a more favorable outcome. Reassure. To comfort or alleviate someone's doubts or fears, to restore confidence. The doctor took the time to reassure the patient that the surgery had a high success rate. Quote. To repeat or cite a passage or statement made by someone else. During the speech, the speaker decided to quote a famous author to emphasize his point. Compose. To include or contain, to be composed of. The committee is comprised of experts from various fields. Acknowledge. To accept or recognize the existence, truth, or reality of something. It is important to acknowledge the efforts of the team in achieving the project goals. Assert. To state with confidence, to insist on one's rights or opinions. She had to assert herself in the meeting to ensure her ideas were considered. Desire. A strong feeling of wanting or wishing for something. Her desire to learn new languages motivated her to enroll in language classes. Facilitate. To make a process or action easier or more efficient. The new software was designed to facilitate data analysis. Perceive. To become aware of or understand something through the senses or intuition. People may perceive art differently based on their personal experiences. Rectify. To correct or remedy a mistake or problem. The company took immediate action to rectify the billing error. Render. To provide or give, to present or perform a service. The artist worked tirelessly to render a detailed and realistic portrait. Oblige. To require or constrain by law, social pressure, or duty. As a responsible citizen, she felt obliged to report the suspicious activity to the authorities. Discriminate. To unfairly treat someone based on their race, gender, or other characteristics. Discriminating against employees on the basis of age is prohibited by law. Dismiss. To reject or disregard, to discharge an employee from a job. The manager had to dismiss the idea due to budget constraints. Distort. To twist or change the true meaning or appearance of something. The media outlet was criticized for distorting the facts in their reporting. Integrate. To combine or unify different elements into a coherent whole. The school aims to integrate technology into the curriculum for better learning outcomes. Interfere. To intervene or get involved in a situation where one is not welcome or needed. It is essential not to interfere with the natural habitat of wildlife. Misbehave. To behave inappropriately or contrary to accepted norms. The teacher had to address the students who continued to misbehave in class. Misuse. To use something inappropriately or for the wrong purpose. Misuse of company resources is strictly prohibited. Relocate. To move or establish in a new place or position. The company decided to relocate its headquarters to a more central location for better accessibility. Authorize. To grant official approval or permission for a particular action. The manager had to authorize the budget for the upcoming marketing campaign. Privatize. To transfer ownership or control of a business or industry from the government to private ownership. The government decided to privatize the national airline to improve efficiency. Arise. To come into existence, to occur or happen. Unexpected challenges may arise during the course of a project. Comply. To adhere to or obey a rule, request, or command. All employees must comply with the company's code of conduct. Daydream. To indulge in pleasant or wishful thoughts during the day. During the boring lecture, she couldn't help but daydream about her upcoming vacation. Deteriorate. To become progressively worse in quality or condition. Without proper maintenance, the building's infrastructure will deteriorate over time. Mingle. To mix or blend together, to socialize or interact with others. Guests were encouraged to mingle and get to know each other during the networking event. Plunge. To decrease or fall rapidly, often referring to a sudden decline in value, quantity, or level. After carefully analyzing the market trends, the investor decided to plunge a significant portion of their savings into the promising startup. Proceed. To continue with a course of action, to move forward. After the initial approval, the project can proceed to the next phase. Absorb. To take in or soak up, to assimilate or comprehend information. Plants absorb sunlight during photosynthesis to produce energy. Address. To deal with or focus on a specific issue, to speak to or communicate with someone. The CEO will address the company's future plans in the upcoming town hall meeting. Allocate. Distribute or assign resources, funds, or tasks for a particular purpose. The budget committee will allocate funds to various departments based on their needs. Anticipate. To expect or foresee something happening and take action accordingly. The meteorologist can anticipate a drop in temperatures based on weather patterns. Associate. To connect or link with something in the mind, to join or be connected with a person or group. The smell of fresh bread may be associated with pleasant memories. Assure. To guarantee or promise with confidence, to make someone feel secure or certain. The manager assured the team that their efforts would be recognized. Attain. To achieve or reach a goal or objective. With hard work and dedication, she was able to attain her fitness goals. Cap. To limit or set a maximum value on something. The company decided to cap the number of vacation days each employee could take in a year. Compile. To gather and organize information or data from various sources. The researcher spent months compiling data for the comprehensive report. Constitute. To form or make up, to be the elements or parts of a whole. The combination of talent and hard work constitutes success in any field. Convey. To communicate or express a message or idea. The artist used colors and shapes to convey a sense of joy in the painting. Cover. To report or write about a particular topic or event in a journalistic or informative manner. The journalist was assigned to cover the press conference and provide a detailed summary for the news outlet. Determine. To decide or ascertain through examination or investigation. A panel of experts will determine the winner of the competition. Eliminate. To remove or exclude, to get rid of or abolish. The school implemented measures to eliminate bullying and create a safe learning environment. Enclose. To surround or close in, to include within a boundary or container. Please enclose the required documents with your job application. Enforce. To ensure compliance with a rule, law, or order, to make sure something is carried out. The police will enforce some new traffic regulations to maintain road safety. Exceed. To surpass or go beyond a certain limit, quantity, or expectation. The sales figures exceeded the company's projections for the quarter. Nominate. To propose or formally enter as a candidate for election or for an honor or award. The committee will nominate outstanding individuals for the annual Community Service Award. Outrage. To arouse strong, often negative, emotional reactions in others. The controversial decision to increase prices on essential goods outraged the community. Overtake. To catch up with and surpass someone or something in terms of distance, progress, or achievement. In the business world, innovation is crucial to ensure that competitors do not overtake your company in the market. Arouse. Evoke or awaken a feeling, emotion, or response. The inspiring speech had the power to arouse a sense of determination among the audience. Blackmail. The action, treated as a criminal offense, of demanding payment or another benefit from someone in return for not revealing compromising or damaging information about them. He was arrested for attempting to blackmail his colleague with sensitive information. Boast. Talk with excessive pride and self-satisfaction about one's achievements, possessions, or abilities. It's not his style to boast about his accomplishments, he prefers to let his work speak for itself. Commemorate. To honor or remember an event or person, typically through a ceremony or action. The city gathered to commemorate the anniversary of its founding with a grand celebration. Conceive. To form or create an idea or plan in the mind. The architect conceived a unique design for the new building. Confine. To keep within certain limits or boundaries, to restrict. The patient was confined to bed rest during the recovery period. Confront. To face or address a challenging situation or person directly. Sarah decided to confront her colleague about the ongoing issues in the workplace. Constrain. To restrict or limit. The tight deadline constrained the team's ability to thoroughly review the project. Contemplate. To think deeply or consider thoughtfully. She sat by the lake, contemplating the beauty of nature and life's complexities. Deduce. To infer or derive logically from given information. Sherlock Holmes was able to deduce the culprit's identity based on the available evidence. Defy. To resist or openly challenge authority, rules, or expectations. The experimental results seem to defy the established theories in the field, prompting researchers to reconsider their underlying assumptions. Depict. To make a serious or earnest request for something, often to represent or portray in words or pictures. The artist chose to depict the serene beauty of the countryside in her landscape painting. Devise. To invent, plan, or create by careful thought. The engineer had to devise a new solution to address the unexpected technical issues. Disguise. To conceal the identity or true nature of something or someone. The spy used a clever disguise to infiltrate the enemy's headquarters unnoticed. Dispute. To argue or debate, to question the truth or validity of something. The neighbors often disputed over property boundaries, leading to frequent disagreements. Drain. To remove liquid or energy from, to deplete. The plumber had to drain the clogged pipes to fix the plumbing issue. Embody. To represent or personify a quality, idea, or concept. The hero in the story was meant to embody the virtues of courage and selflessness. Emit. To release or send out, especially gases, light, or sound. The factory emitted harmful pollutants into the air, causing environmental concerns. Execute. To carry out or accomplish a task or plan. The chef needed to execute the complex recipe with precision. Hinder. To obstruct or impede progress or movement. The heavy traffic hindered the commuters' ability to reach their destinations on time. Imply. To suggest or express indirectly, to indicate. His silence seemed to imply that he disagreed with the decision. Incorporate. To include or combine into a single entity. The company decided to incorporate environmentally friendly practices into its business model. Incur. To bring upon oneself, to become subject to. The risky investment could potentially incur significant financial losses. Indulge. To give in to desires or wishes, to allow oneself to enjoy. After a week of strict dieting, she decided to indulge in a decadent chocolate cake. Embody. To represent or personify a quality, idea, or concept. The hero in the story was meant to embody the virtues of courage and selflessness. Moderate. To keep within reasonable limits, to avoid excess or extremes. The teacher encouraged students to moderate their use of electronic devices during class to maintain a focused learning environment. Offset. To counterbalance or compensate for something, a counteracting factor. The environmentalist planted trees to offset the carbon emissions produced by the factory. Provoke. To stimulate or incite a reaction, often intentionally. The controversial article aimed to provoke discussion on the ethical implications of advanced genetic engineering. Recollect. To recall or remember, to bring back into one's awareness. After years of research, the archaeologist could recollect the details of the ancient civilization. Reconcile. To restore friendly relations, to bring into agreement or harmony. The mediator worked tirelessly to reconcile the opposing parties and find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Retain. To keep or continue to hold possession of something. The company implemented strategies to retain its top-performing employees. Saddle. To burden or encumber with a responsibility or obligation. The new project, while promising, would saddle the team with additional workload and challenges. Diminish. To make or become less, to reduce in size, importance, or intensity. The prolonged drought significantly diminished the water supply in the region. Negotiate. To engage in discussions to reach an agreement, to bargain or haggle. The diplomats worked tirelessly to negotiate a peace treaty between the conflicting nations. Thrive. To grow or develop vigorously, to prosper. Despite initial challenges, the small business managed to thrive in a competitive market. Spare. To refrain from harming or using, to provide extra or additional. The compassionate leader chose to spare the team members from additional workload during the stressful period. Suspend. To temporarily stop or delay, to hang or be hung from a support. The school decided to suspend classes for a week due to unforeseen circumstances. Underestimate. To undervalue or judge as less capable or significant than reality. It is unwise to underestimate the impact of cultural differences in international business negotiations. Undergo. To experience or endure a process or change, to go through. The patient had to undergo a series of medical tests to determine the cause of the mysterious symptoms. Verify. To confirm the accuracy or truth of something, to substantiate. The auditor was hired to verify the financial records and ensure compliance with industry standards. Withdraw. To remove or take back, to retreat or disengage. The government decided to withdraw its troops from the conflict zone to pursue diplomatic solutions. Shift. To move or change position, a change or movement. The company decided to shift its focus towards sustainable practices to align with changing consumer preferences. Sue. To institute legal proceedings against someone, to bring a lawsuit. The disgruntled customer decided to sue the company for damages due to a faulty product. Surge. To increase suddenly and powerfully, a sudden, strong, and upward movement. The stock market experienced a surge in activity following positive economic indicators. Yield. To surrender the right-of-way to other road users, to slow down or stop to allow others to proceed safely. As a responsible driver, it's essential to yield to emergency vehicles with sirens and flashing lights to ensure they can pass quickly and reach their destination. Swap. To exchange one thing for another, a trade or exchange. The collectors gathered at the annual event to swap rare stamps and coins. Suppose. To assume or believe to be the case, to imagine. Suppose we were to implement a new strategy, how might it impact our overall performance? Shield. To protect or defend from harm, danger, or attack. The new cybersecurity measures were implemented to shield the organization's sensitive data from potential breaches. Exaggerate. To represent something as being larger, better, or worse than it really is, to overstate. The comedian had a talent for using humor to exaggerate everyday situations, creating laughter among the audience. And the last one is, relieve. To alleviate or remove pain, distress, burden, etc., to provide comfort or assistance. The medical treatment helped relieve the patient's chronic pain. This is the end of our video. Thank you for watching. Check out our other videos. Please subscribe to support our channel.